We have breaking news as the New York Knicks have made a huge signing for their team that is an absolute steal for the Knicks as Leon Rose gets his first move of free agency done, and this does have further implications and a ripple effect on the Knicks team going forwards, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys are part of that 69% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe. We got so many videos coming out with the offseason being underway, and now it is officially underway. We also have channel members as well, in case you guys are interested in that. But it's happened. The New York Knicks have made their first move as Leon Rose has finally made the call to sign a player. Now, the Knicks, this has been going on for a bit. It's been brewing for a little bit, but now we know that it is official. The offseason's underway. The Knicks signed this man right here, as it was revealed by multiple outlets, including Shams Charania, that Jordan Clarkson is expected to sign with the New York Knicks after he clears free agency waivers. Now, Ian Begley, Stefan Bondy, Steve Popper, all of them started to announce that this was likely going to happen earlier, as Begley did come out with saying the Knicks are at the top of Jordan Clarkson's list. Once he clears waivers, league sources says he will sign with the Knicks. The Knicks currently see Clarkson as a priority signing, according to Steve Popper, and New York has a $5 million taxpayer exception and a veteran minimums contract exception available to offer to Jordan Clarkson, who agreed to a buyout with the Jazz ahead of free agency. Now, a lot of this came out, and as Stefan Bondy was the first to really announce it right here, assuming he clears waivers and the deal is finalized, the Knicks would be getting Jordan Clarkson for the veterans minimum deal. This is a steal for the New York Knicks to pull off a contract where you're getting Jordan Clarkson, one of the best six men really in NBA history, on a minimum contract. Clarkson is worth way more than that. It's not a debate. However, this free agency was a bad luck year for a lot of guys, as the only team that had money entering into it was the Brooklyn Nets, who were looked at as a salary dumping situation because, frankly, they're not trying to win anything. They're trying to tank anyway, so they're taking on draft capital. They did that with Michael Porter Jr. They did that to take on Terrence Mann's contract in that Boston Celtics Atlanta Hawks deal that netted Atlanta Kristaps Porzingis. And now what we're looking at is the New York Knicks getting an elite sixth man who's instantly, every single year, one of the contenders for sixth man of the year, and especially will be now, once again, now that he's on a winning team again. Clarkson has had huge impacts on winning teams thus far, mainly with the Utah Jazz in his career. When the Jazz acquired Clarkson, he was an excellent player for a Jazz team that did want to play winning basketball. They had Donovan Mitchell, they had Rudy Gobert, they had Bojan Bogdanovic, they had Joe Ingles. They had a very good team. That team was an exciting team that was a one seed at one point, and they acquired Clarkson and along with Colin Sexton, and they never looked back. Now, Sexton obviously is off in Charlotte now, and Clarkson finds his way to New York, where he's going to fit in very nicely. With the Jazz, the man was excellent, putting up 17.5 points per game and 3 assists and winning a sixth man of the year. And truly, I do have a feeling this man is going to fit in very nicely with the New York Knicks. I'm so excited to have Clarkson on this team. I am a huge fan of Jordan Clarkson's game. This is huge for them. But also, here's something interesting. Cameron Payne, likely with this all going down, is not long for the New York Knicks. The free agent Payne, who put up 7 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 3 assists last year, while shooting 40% from the field and 36% from three, while shooting 37.5% on corner threes, likely will have to find himself a new home, as Clarkson will take over the backup point guard role for this Knicks team. Now, we've seen a few other targets disappear, namely Luke Kennard, who the Knicks did have interest in. However, the Hawks did end up signing him earlier today. So the Knicks, they still have a ways to go. They still have that mid-level exception that they will use on someone. They still have that available. I expect that to now be going after a forward. Larry Nance Jr. makes sense. Someone like that I could see them going after. More of a tweener guy, something like that, as they continue to build up this bench unit. And it's pretty clear, unless Giannis Antetokounmpo becomes available in some sort of trade situation, the Knicks, they're doing what fans have asked for. Don't make some big splash. You don't need to do that. What you need to do is build out a bench unit. That's all you need to do. Keep building upon that bench. And this Knicks bench already looks so much better. Let's say that they used the starting five that started almost every single game outside of the final two when they were all healthy. You see a bench unit right now that has Jordan Clarkson, Deuce McBride, and Mitchell Robinson on the bench. That is an excellent top 8 with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl-Anthony Towns. That is a really exciting top 8. And look, the top 7 was not bad for the Knicks whatsoever. Deuce McBride, very solid 6th man, but you don't have to think about that anymore because Jordan Clarkson comes in to be one of the best 6 men in basketball and has shown that time and time again for every team that he's played for, but specifically the Jazz, where he's been at his best. Now, Jordan Clarkson has the most points off the bench since 2020, as he has 4,589 points off the bench. Second is Malik Monk with 3,882, and then Bobby Portis below him. We are seeing Jordan Clarkson, a guy who is not just an average bench player, a guy who is easily the talent of an NBA starter, but the play style has led to that Jamal Crawford role time and time again, and Knicks fans are going to love the swagger that this guy plays with. He is so confident in himself. This is going to be very fun. And if you want to get to know who Jordan Clarkson is, the Utah Jazz made it very clear. He was the 6th man of the year. He broke their triple-double drought. He was the All-Star Skills Challenge champion and an all-time fan favorite. The Flame JC, as they put it, but there's only one Jordan Clarkson, as they thanked him for the countless memories, the buckets, and yeah, a lot of Jazz games as well. Always love for 00, as they said. Clarkson showed his love to the Jazz as well. Clearly that was a good pairing, but it's over now, and the Knicks got a guy who was damn good with the Jazz as well, and likes to wear that Yankees jersey, which, doesn't hurt anything either. Now, Jordan Clarkson in playoff basketball averaged 17.3 points, 3 rebounds, and 1.7 assists in his 24 Jazz playoff games. Now, in that span, he shot 35% from 3 and 45% from the field. He averaged 28 minutes of action, mostly really totally off the bench as well. The Knicks, they don't have Tom Thibodeau anymore, meaning they are going to see a guy, namely Clarkson, play that amount off the bench. We are going to see a 6th man that is used heavily because of how talented this guy is. Knicks fans should be very, very excited about this signing. Now, one thing that we do have to cover because of this is Tyler Kolek, who put up 18 points and 10 assists in the G League with 4.5 rebounds, likely will be seeing not too many minutes. He'll be a reserve once again, as Clarkson will be the backup point guard. Deuce will be the backup shooting guard. We're going to see Mitchell Robinson or Josh Hart off that bench as well. It would be nice to see the Knicks land a bit more big man depth, just like another veteran guy, the way that the Houston Rockets have done it, but we'll see how that goes down. Obviously, they are going to add more talent, someone in the front court as well, as also we can still look, now the Knicks have more room to sign a guy like a Landry Shamet, who is an excellent shooter as well, if he commands more than the minimum contract, because the Knicks have that mid-level exception deal still ready. In every sense of the word, Leon Rose just did phenomenally with this move. To get Jordan Clarkson, a guy who his last 3 playoff appearances has averaged over 17 points per game, that is a massive steal for this Knicks team. Knicks fans should be excited. Jordan Clarkson is going to fit in really well in Madison Square Garden. He's going to look damn good in that orange and blue. I cannot wait to watch this man as our 6th man in the fall. We got a huge move here tonight, guys. I know some people are going to play it down or whatever. This is great for the Knicks. This is a huge step in the right direction of building up that bench. There is nothing not to love about this move. Yeah, oh no, he's not the greatest defender in the world. So what? He'll be fine. The Knicks will be fine. He'll be in the backcourt with Deuce. Deuce is a great defender. Deuce will be the point of attack defender off the bench. Jordan Clarkson's going to go out there, get some buckets, set up Deuce. Clarkson and Josh Hart were teammates in LA, so there's already a connection there with someone. It's going to look real good once they get this thing going. Also, I will say, we're going to see Jalen Brunson and Jordan Clarkson next to each other in the backcourt. Brunson's historically very good with another ball handler in that backcourt with them, so be excited for this moment. I cannot wait to watch Jordan Clarkson in a Knicks jersey. Guys, what do you think of this signing? I think you just got a 10 out of 10 absolute cinema from the New York Knicks here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We are on that grind to 19,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there before July is over. I think that's a pretty easy goal. I think we can get to 19K before, or 20K before July ends. Let's go. We got a month to work. Thank you so much for an excellent June with Knicks Digest. This is coming out right as June ends because it is 10 p.m. on June 30th. It was my birthday month. I really had fun with you guys, and on to the next month and on to the next free agent signing. Have a great night. Have a great day if you're watching this in the morning. Go Knicks.